Hi everyone, this is Tendo Teens Hub and I am your host Lindah Kiranda. Guys, how many of you have heard the term co-parenting? Yeah? If you have, kindly write on the comment section and tell us what do you know about co-parenting. Today, we are going to see what is co-parenting and the three different types that we have concerning co-parenting. So what is co-parenting? Co-parenting, in simple terms, is when two adults or two parents who are already divorced or separated come together in agreement and create a system that will help them in raising their child or children. Yes, you got that right. And today we are going to look at the three different types of co-parenting styles that we have. And number one, we are going to look at the high conflict co-parenting style. Then we are going to look at the parallel co-parenting style, and we are going to look at the cooperative, or in another name for it is collaborative co-parenting style. So let's dive in and let's see what's in the high conflict parenting style. Now, the high conflict parenting style, what does it entail? It's when these two parents come together and try and work together. But in the high conflicted co-parenting, it's very difficult because this type of parenting style, it's highly toxic, it's very highly emotional. When these two parents try and come together, they cannot agree concerning anything. Unless a family lawyer or a third party mediator is there who can intervene and mediate between these two adults, there cannot be any agreement. So these two parents are always blaming each other. They are always fighting concerning past problems and challenges is always rehearsed and rehearsed every time they meet. There's verbal abuse, there's physical fights, there's insults, name it. They just cannot agree. Now, in this type of co-parenting, it is the least ideal because in this environment, it becomes harmful to the children. Now, you are supposed to help to help raise the children, but now in this environment, you are harming them instead of helping them. It's also draining for the parents because every time they meet, it's abuse, it's insult, it's name it, anything you can think of negative. So it's a very negative type of co-parenting. Now, in this co-parenting also, there is no plan, there's not nothing because, like we have said, they cannot agree concerning anything. So the second type of co-parenting is called the parallel co-parenting style. So in the parallel parenting style, these two parents come together, and when these two parents come together, it's always official. The two parents they rarely talk, they rarely communicate, but if they do communicate, it's always business like, it's always official. They don't share any personal information about one another. So, but the good thing about the parallel co-parenting is that there is a parenting plan in place. At least the good thing is these two parents can come together and write down a good parenting plan, of course, by the help of a lawyer. But at least these parents can sit down and agree concerning that they can make a parenting plan. And whenever they want to change the schedules or anything that they want to change in the parenting plan, there is always strict guidelines to be followed, and there is always a written notice and also a written notice and also, what do we call this? Forgive me. A written agreement, sorry for that. So there's a written notice and also a written agreement, And so that's when these two parents can now work together and do as they have agreed. Now, the good thing is both parents in parallel co-parenting will work together, and they'll actually each one will play their role and do what they're supposed to do. When they cannot do it, they can change schedules, things like that, and now make necessary changes officially and by law. So the third type of co-parenting is called the cooperative or the collaborative co-parenting style. Now, like the name suggests, is cooperative. Now, you can just tell that this form of parenting, the two parties are cooperative. They are very good in communication. There is good communication. There is open communication. There is mutual respect. There is mutual agreement. The two can create a very, very good plan and agree. So there is very low conflict. In fact, at zero or if there is any conflict, it's very, very minimal when it comes to the cooperative co-parenting plan. Now, in this cooperative co-parenting plan, it cannot work if one party is not on the same page with the other. It will only be called cooperative when two parties are on the same page with one another. So if these two parents are not on the same page, it will either now become the parallel co-parenting or now the high conflict co-parenting. That is what I had for you guys today concerning co-parenting. We'll continue discussing more on this topic. Kindly share with us and tell us if you are a separated or divorced parent or spouse. Have you involved your other spouse concerning co-parenting? Have you discussed it? Has it worked for you if you have tried co-parenting? And if you have tried and it has not been successful, kindly also share why is it that it did not work? And then we'll continue with the discussions. Kindly write to us if you have any questions or contributions at tendoteens@gmail.com. And also you can reach us at the comment section. You can write to us and then we'll reach back to you. Thank you guys for listening, for supporting Tender Teens Hub. And I'll see you again. Until next time, bye.